A very warm welcome to you. This is What's Your Story. I am Catherine Mwangi. Now, last week we had a conversation with Dr. Manu Chandaria. In case you didn't catch that, it's up on YouTube, but we can run a few highlights for you. Here they are. With a part 2 of his story. So we have seen how he established his conglomerate, his businesses, his philanthropy work is what we want to get into today. And obviously the values that he lives by, the principles. Has he made mistakes? Does he have regrets? You know, all of those things that you glean from a man of his stature. I want to see whether we can get that in today. So just stay with us across the entire episode and let's see what we all get. You just retired a few years ago. So was there any challenge so you were busy with corporate life, you know, flying all over the world, expansion, and we'll still come to your family and how that has been as well. But adapting now to a different way of life. So the speed, I would imagine the speed in which you were working before has a bit, you know, slowed down?
Even the few last years of my life, business-wise, I was there, but more and more work was done by others.
Okay.
So I was probably tuned in slowly, that I'll not be doing any active work.
Yeah.
And the day when I decided to retire, I said to myself that I'm not going to put the people will come and ask. You'll find, oh, why shouldn't you be giving your opinion? I just say that it's a clean cut, that no more. As far as business is concerned, you're not here. And if you're here, you'll not put it into your head and just remain aloof. So I decided not to at all be part of the business. But then the social work I was doing, and I started doing it more. So I was busy with a little bit of social work in my business, and I'm much more busier with my social work than I was with my business. Yeah.
Yes. So is this from through the Chandaria Foundation?
That's right.
How did that come about? Tell us the beginnings of.
Well, Chandaria Foundation was very interesting. In 1950, when I came in 1950, at 52, we were just having 100 people. With my brothers, we went to our father and said that, Papa, how about setting up a Chandaria Foundation? He looked at us, and the first thing he asked, is something wrong with you? And I was the spokesman. So I said, what's wrong with me? He said, you lived too long in the United States.
Oh.
Well, I said, I lived only 3 years in the United States. Then he said, but you know, we are not Rockefeller. We are not Ford. We've got a big hole here. And we've got 36 people at home. Fill it. Then talk about foundation. So I told him that, no, look, Papa, it's not. Foundation is just a direction in which we want the family to move.
Okay.
In case we create wealth. We don't have the wealth right now, but in case we create wealth, then it's nice to have an organization there to really consume your health, part of your wealth, and for social work, for good work, for charitable work. He said, listen, get to work. You told me enough now, I'm not interested. So we went back to work. After 5 years, when we became 400 people, he came back. And he said, I think that that's a good idea. I like the idea. Is that 10% of my company shares for Chandaria Foundation. And we were shocked. But we started with a small one scholarship. And as time went on, it grew. And today we find that the Chandaria Foundation not only does good job, good work for the people of Kenya, or people in Tanzania, people in Uganda, but it also encourages others that look, the wealth you make, yes, you have some interest in it, but it's not your wealth really. You're making the wealth from other people. It's not. Let it be that at least a part of that to be utilized for others. And this understanding started going into lots of people's mind that look, or we made good profit this year, let's put 0.5%, 1%, 2% towards good work. And philanthropy is the one which Chandaria Foundation really emphasized to the people. And then lots of foundations, Safaricom Foundation and Barclays Foundation, lots of other foundations followed. But the idea was that while you are doing the business, there are people who are in pain, who you cannot touch in your business. Mm-hmm. You need to help. And if you want to remain in society, then you don't take the best out of the society. That's the wealth we create. But then you've got to give back something. And giving back is very difficult. Anything that you want to put into your pocket is very easy. But then to put your hand in the pocket to pick it up, it doesn't come. So you got to create first the mental attitude that what I've earned and what I have is not only of mine. It's for others, the people who have really been created. And have I responsibility for others who cannot help themselves? I have a responsibility for my family, and that's why I work hard and make money. All the members of the family worked very hard and made money. But then do we have a responsibility for the people of the country? Mm. And that was the essential part. And have we been able to influence many? Not many, few. Because anything to give is something which is very difficult.
Yeah.
Whether it's anything that you want to give, it never comes out. Mm-mm. And so we created a possibility for the others to copy, to emulate what we are doing, so that the society can become better. And that's, I'm very, very, very pleased that whatever work we are doing is something which is interesting and which helps the people. Mm-hmm. So, first to cultivate the mindset that everything is not yours. You make something, keep something for the people of the country. who has no other right to ask you. But you go ahead and say, it is my responsibility, my moral duty, that I'm earning from this country, I'll also help this country. And I think that's a great, and because of foundation, there are many of them followed us. And I wish that many more would follow.
Yes.
I think because it's a first generation money to many of local people, that they might not want to stick it out. But I'm sure the second generation will start. Because that's how your responsibility and obligation to the society is fulfilled.
What are some of these spaces that you have invested in through the foundation?
Well, we're doing on two items, the health, education, and little bit of disability. Health-wise, you go to Nairobi Hospital, there's an accident and emergency center. You go to Mombasa, Punjab Hospital, the Chandaria Accident Emergency Center. You go to Gertrude over here, there's the Chandaria Medical Center here. You go to Moi Referral Hospital, the Chandaria Cancer Center. You go to Kenyatta University Hospital, there's another Chandaria Cancer Center. So that's the type of the thing that we do for the health side. And in the education, what we have got is Innovation Center at Kenyatta University, Chandaria Center for Performing Arts at Nairobi University, Chandaria School of Business at USIU, Chandaria Innovation Center at Methodist University. So like that, we select some theme which would like to repeat in some of the universities to allow the people to come out of, like what we do in innovation is to allow our students who are coming out some space so that they can probably think about what they would want to do, experiment there for 6 months, then go out and do it. Yeah. So I think that has been quite quite interesting for all over the place. The third thing that we also do is the children's disabled, especially the wheelchairs, boots, this still, so that they cannot walk, then they can have calipers. All that kind of things, that whenever it comes to our attention, we give them. But these are the three areas that we give mainly. And our important is both education and health.
Health, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Okay, wow. So you're doing all of these incredible things for so many people across the world. And there's this very insightful saying that says charity begins at home. So now we detour a bit to family. While you are busy, working and building the conglomerates all over the world, you are raising also a family. How long have you been married actually to Mrs. Chandaria?
9 years.
68 going to 69.
69 years.
69 years married. Wow. Wow. 69.
Years, yeah.
What is the key, the secret to longevity of?
Well, the secret is that you make a combination, you make an agreement of marriage between two people. And to have my agreement is that all my happiness is because I'm married.
Wow.
And I have my children, their children. They all look that if these people are married for all these years, some other 40-year-olds, some 30 years old, some 10-year-old marriages, they will look towards a classical example. And number two, as long as one of the partners does not pass away. There is no reason to really decide and go. And does that mean that there are no fights in the family life? No, there is always a fight. But then you compromise. Sometimes you are right and you still accept that I'm wrong. By accepting the other's right to survive, the marriage will always continue. It's not I'm always right. My wife is also right. She has her way of doing things, and she can. But the point is that as long as we see eye to eye with each other, common thinking, common feeling, common attention to things that needs to be attended to, then I think that the life becomes much more easier. And from you, our children see us. Some of them are 30 years in their lives, some of them are 40 years in their lives. So they copy the parents. And I think that the good example of a happy home, because you cannot remain happy if it's that long. It only remains happy because it's a lot of love and affection for each other. That's it. So, to my way of looking is that, yes, do we disagree with each other? Yes, we do disagree. Do we have fights? Yes, we do have fights. But overall, we feel we are happy. We are comfortable, we are happy, and we are useful to others. And that attitude of being useful to others is human. Human nature is such. We are all selfish. This is always like this. It never becomes like this. We all receive. We want to expect. Every time it's like this. But to get to this way, very difficult. Yeah. So I think that a happy life, the long relationship shows that there's a happy life. Otherwise, you would have broken a long time back. And I think that you get accustomed to each other. We know how she will feel like. I know.
Welcome back from the break. I'm Catherine Mwangi on What's Your Story tonight here on KTN Home. So we've been listening, sharing, gleaning, learning from the Dr. Manu Chandaria. And without further ado, let's go back to the story. You have 2 children and grandchildren.
Two children, 3 grandchildren.
Okay. Could you tell me a bit about
and 1 great grandchild, the 4th generation.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So tell me about your 2 children first. Let's start there.
my first son and my daughter. My son went to Hillcrest here and finished and then went away to study at Stanford. And he's in business for the last 35 years now. My daughter went to England. First, at very young age, she was sent out to Cheltenham Ladies College. So she stayed there for 4 years. Then she went to university over there. Then she came back, and afterward she got married. So she's been away from us now. But she has got one child, and that again studied in America. She was married in Antwerp to a diamond family. So they lived in Antwerp. Then the daughter went to America and studied in America at Columbia. Did her master's also at Columbia. And there we got a great grandchild there. So it's a happy family.
Yeah.
But it's very different than what we went through. I'm one of 8. My wife is one of 9. Now we are talking over here of 2 children. And so it's a different way of adopting the whole Asian family system to what we call now reasonable family system of 2 people only. And my sons have got 2 children. Again, both of them are very bright. They went to school in Singapore and then joined Stanford, came out from Stanford. One worked with McKinsey for 2 years and then joined Harvard. So she'll be just finishing this June her MBA. The other one also finished at Stanford and then now working with Ernst & Young, the accountants in Los Angeles. And she will also work for another year or so, and then she'll do her own master's. Yeah. So it's very, my mother was illiterate. My father, 3 vernacular, no speak, read, write English. And here we are. I went up to my master's degree, and my children also did very well. And now the grandchildren are also doing extremely well.
Yes.
So the whole education, there was no education. And I wonder how my parents would have thought that they don't have any education, and yet they wanted all of their children to have the best of education. And except my 2 elder brothers, all of them, either 1 degree, 2 degree, and even PhDs. So education plays an important role in our lifetime. And I think that though they didn't have education, they've got the moral passport of keeping the family, enjoying the family, looking after the family. And that they've done it extremely, extremely well. I still remember my mother until the age of 93. She was here when she was up to 90. She lived with me here. And every time she'll sit with me here. When a guest will come, she'll come downstairs. We'll introduce each other. She'll not understand a word of English, but she will be there. And that kind of attitude to include your parents with us, that attitude is something which we are lacking now. Many of them, they are too old. Old or no old, you got to be part of it.
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So I think that the family was happy, well educated, and doing very well wherever they are doing, whatever they are doing, extremely well. So all I can say is lucky to be like that. And we haven't seen any deaths in my family, except natural death. My mother died, my father died, my elder brother died. But otherwise, in my own family, no one. Neither we have got any disability, any one of them. Not that we don't want it, but thank God that it's not there. But tomorrow you never know. The question is that, are we human or not? And that's what my feeling is. That to remain human, everybody thinks that I'm human, but to remain human, consider a consideration for others before yourself. Yes, I'm human for myself, it's okay. But I should be human for you before I could think about myself. That humanity we are seeing in our African families.
Yeah.
I'm not very sure now the younger people out there, but we are seeing it in African families. Nobody would say, if there's an uncle come, the time of lunch, they'll sit together and eat. There's no formalities. If you've got any problem, you come and stay with me here for a few days, it's okay. So all that closeness of human society, in many places in European, it's moving away. Here we still have. And we feel worried about others. Humanity is to feel for others, participate in others, good and bad. But wherever there is a pain, if you can extend your hand, that's the best that you can reward, that you can get.
Yeah.
And today, the Chandaria Foundation that way is very lucky that we want this to remain as a standard. And yet, we are not seeing that happening. Becoming a standard that you have, let it be useful to others. Because from those will again come out champions.
Yes.
So I think that in short, giving, very difficult. But many to cultivate giving, then the joy that you can derive is enormous. When I became chairman of Street Family Rehabilitation Trust Fund, I couldn't believe that this minister would ask me to be the chair. I started going to the slums. Every slum I visited, I don't know how many times. And the children will come with me and walk with me. Now, who is responsible for this pain to them? And I think we all are responsible. We are responsible for those kids and to bring the happiness in their lives.
Yeah.
Doesn't take too much. But to be there and to be a party with them, that attitude, that magnanimity of your heart, the magnanimity of your pocket, that doesn't make difference. They are in pain. I want to be a part and parcel with them.
Yeah.
You know, that attitude of serving the society, looking after the society, is one step. Once you are wealthy enough, you got to then start thinking, what is the new phase? The new phase is to serve. And to serve, there is no end of serving. But then to convince people to go and do something good, it takes a lot of time because they're all self-centered first. Why should I serve others? I serve myself first. All right, you serve yourself first. But then, now you have a possibility of serving others. And I think that attitude of serving in African families are great to me. But it's not seeing up in the younger people now. Me, mine, not ours. That we need to really change.
Yes. Would you say that is the meaning of life, serving others?
Well, meaning to me, the meaning of life after all these years is you use yourself to the best of your ability, but you got to push yourself. Once you push yourself and be at the best of yourself, use it for the best of the society. If you cannot use it for the best of the society, then you are successful, yes. But is there any significance for you? No. I'll go away tomorrow, but the Chandaria institutions will stay
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah.
So giving and deriving happiness out of giving, holding others' hand and taking the pain and sharing the pain, their pain with you. That's what I suggest is the best that you can do.
Yes.
And no amount of money can give you the pleasure of what you can hold the hand of the child and see that he has not eaten for 2 days and you put that little in their mouth. That happiness is the top happiness that you can see. So, useful to others,
Yeah.
to relieve others' pain. And it does not require a lot of money. It requires ability, attitude, and concern for others. If you don't have the concern for others, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, I feel very satisfied at this age that I've gone from nothing to something, the built empires, but at the same time, I've served the lowest person alive and held their hand. That is the epitome of happiness. To be useful to others. Then, yes.
Yeah. Do you have any regrets?
No, I have no regrets because this is the beautiful life that I've lived. Why should I have any regrets? To find regrets, there is no time for me. All I have done is the best to my ability. For not only for me, but for anywhere that I've always come in my life. Why should I have regret? No regrets to me.
Yeah.
To me, I wish I'll have another 10 years. I don't think I'll have one, but I'll have another 10 years so I can serve more people than what I have. Until now, I built. Now, for the last few years, I've been serving. So I'd like to see if I can even have some more time to serve. I would like to.
Yeah.
But serving others, there is no other better way to fulfill yourself. Many a times people said, how you are fulfilled. Fulfillment only comes with inner happiness. You make that child happy, you feel happy. That's it. There's no value attached to it.
So as we come to a close, what would you say are the principles? And yes, I know what they are, but I kind of want you to, summarize them. The principles that have guided your life all these 95 years. What have been the constants for you?
Hard work. Nothing comes without hard work. Pursue continuous let your mind take you what you'd want to do. And if you're happy, and even if you're not happy, let this hand be extended to others. So to me, today the topmost priority is not the money, is to serve. Serve humanity, serve the people who are sick, serve the people who are unhappy, serve them, bring the laughter on their face. That's my feeling. And to me, I'm happy that I can do it.
Are there any books that have had an impact in your life? Books?
No, I'm not a big reader. I'm not a big reader.
Okay.
Life-wise, yes, lots of people have influenced my life. Mahatma Gandhi has influenced my life. Mother Teresa has influenced my life. Dalai Lama has influenced my life. Various people has influenced my life. But I'm not their followers. I only find what is good from me to absorb from them. And the purpose is not knowing all these people, knowing what is good of them in me now. That's it. Mother Teresa was here in my home for 4 times.
Here?
Yeah. She has autographed that painting.
Yes.
The painting shows the work of Mother Teresa, a lady with that blue sari looking after an orphan, no face.
Yeah.
She's autographed it. God bless you. The point is that now she made, I am a human, she made me what humility means. When she comes to this home, presses the bell, comes in, and never takes even a drop of water, not even a shilling. But she comes, she feels happy, she wants to bless me, then she goes. Now, to me, how people can be so human and so much of humility. After knowing him, after more humility, that I started understanding why should be the people so humility? What is humility? That made me to believe in humility and started being human. So everybody has got its own style of putting. And Mahatma Gandhi, when I was a student, I was just wondering, what the hell is he? He is a good lawyer, he's got a lot of possibility. Why is he just putting up the half dhoti and running around the whole country for what? To get the independence of the country. But every one of them impacts. Dalai Lama impacts, Mother Teresa impacts, Mahatma Gandhi impacts, like many, many people that I come into my life of quality above me, much, much above me.
So, Dr. Chandaria, as you have hit various success milestones, obviously there are people who come around you with bad intentions, ill intentions. They are with you because of your riches and your influence. How do you differentiate the ones who are there for ill motives and the ones who are authentic?
Yes, I found people who wants to take advantage of me. And I can immediately check it. I like people who has no intentions of taking an advantage of. And if they want to take an advantage, they ask me. I'll do it happily. But using ways and means of not letting me know. That doesn't mean that I'm that naive that I don't understand that. So, to me, I gauge the people. Simpler the people, I like it. Honest the people, I like it. The people who are very crafty, I don't like them. Clearly, from the day one, I don't like the craftsmanship. You be honest, you can't do it, says no. But don't tell me things which cannot, which will appease me and which will make me feel, oh, okay. No. You do or you don't. That's it. Yeah. And I think that to judge people in life is many a times very difficult. You get rogues that you don't know. But as long as you do not, once you depend on somebody, you need to know everything about him. If you're not going to depend on him, then don't bother. He could do what he likes. It's not an issue of business. But if you want to depend on him, then you got to know very, very clearly that what you're expecting of him is going to be delivered. And in the way, if you find it's difficult, be honest, tell him. I don't expect of this from you. It's better to be honest in all you're doing. Yeah. And when they listen and they say, to tell you honestly, I don't think they do this, he will understand. And then the relationship either will continue or stop.
Okay, Dr. Chandaria, you see the situation we have in our country, especially where young people are concerned. There's a deep cry from the youth for what's the next thing, what's the hope young people have.
Very difficult time. The point is that our politicians do not realize and understand that this is a time bomb. There are 4 million youth facing streets today. It's good that they're nice people. They come from, but if they want to tomorrow, they want to destroy Nairobi, they'll destroy it in 24 hours. It's our responsibility to give them jobs. How to create them jobs? It's a big discussion. Whenever there is a hunger in India, wherever there is a tragedies in India, they find jobs and put them to work. Give them 2 meals a day, that's enough. But not to give them and abandon them and say, oh, it's not our responsibility. You're sitting on a time bomb. Our children are good that they're not really, they're sitting at home doing nothing. But that Mr. Nothing, 5 years will become real Mr. Nothing. So to me, it's a totally wrong attitude, too much of politics, get the children to work, little work, give them any work that you require. Come on, do this, do that, and they will do it. There's nothing that you, and remove automation wherever you got automation, remove that. Employ 5 people. Finish.
What is your legacy, Dr. Chandaria?
My legacy is just that people can become what they want to become. It's not easy just by thinking, by putting effort. And third legacy is that we'll start understanding that there's so much pain which nobody shows around. There is pain in the country. People are sitting at home. Children are sitting at home. There are people who go to sleep without food. They are not showing. So we need to be more human now. We are not. We are not.
Yeah. And your final words now as we say goodbye?
Kenya is a nice country. People are extremely nice. I think the government should not take advantage of that. Because we are nice, one should not take the advantage. They're taking an advantage.
Rest of the week.